So we've got our innovative medicines divisions with pharmaceuticals and oncology, Sandoz, and Alcon all together in one place, which has brought about huge benefits in terms of collaboration. And that has really impacted the culture, which is really positive. I also think that we're entering a growth phase right now in the company, which is very, very exciting. We had I was very happy earlier this year, coming out of the federal budget presentation, to hear the Prime Minister talk about Entresto for heart failure patients. We have an amazing and robust pipeline as well. So when we just look at the opportunities we have as one single organization, working together, combined with the pipeline that we have and the great people that we've got, it's an amazing place to be at the moment. Yeah. I think there is a certain level of credibility. The fact that we have, Sandoz has been part of the Novartis family for decades now, right? And Alan Tilak, the general manager of Sandoz, and I have a very good and very close working relationship. And this is all part of the same ecosystem. I think in the past, the whole GBMA and Medicines Australia positioning and the way that we've worked in isolation, I don't think that's the best way of taking things forward. If we're going to work together to improve the ecosystem, I think it needs to be across from innovative medicines, but also looking at quality generics and biosimilars, which we have in our Sandoz business as well. And I think that also represents, on a broader scale, the way that GBMA and Medicines Australia have an opportunity to work more closely together as a medicines industry, and not just a generics and biosimilar industry and an innovative research-based medicines industry. One is that we as an industry body, as Medicines Australia, have taken a step back, I think, since 2015, to really look at who we are and what we stand for, what the value proposition is, I think is incredibly important. That we want to have a seat at the table to be part of the conversation about how we improve the healthcare system here in Australia, and not just having discussions purely about access and price. I think that makes a very big difference. I think also the way that we've been working with government, Wes Cook, the rest of the board, I have to really recognize the work that they've done in engaging, the external stakeholders, politicians, the bureaucracy, the department, working with other industry associations. I think that openness and that engagement, proactive engagement, has made a massive difference to the outcomes that we've seen over the last couple of years. I think the priority going forward at this point, one is we need to continue to make sure that we've got that policy predictability and certainty. That's lifeblood for our industry, and that's what will allow us to continue to bring the innovation into Australia that we would like to, in terms of research and development, clinical trials, new medicines, and the like. I think also we have a major opportunity right now to really step up and defend the industry and be proud of who we are and what we represent. One thing that amazes me, Paul, I have to say, is when people come into not just Novartis, but I hear interactions that happen in other companies as well, throughout the industry, who aren't as familiar with what we do and just hear sometimes in the media and they form certain impressions. They're absolutely amazed at what we do every day, how passionate our people are. Over 14,000 people in Australia working in this industry to improve the lives of everyday Australians is something that's remarkable. That message, I think, we have to get out more. What we do every day and how proud we are of what we do is a massive job we have in front of us. I think it has to do with, one, not putting our head in the sand when some critics come in, when there are members of our industry who may not do what should be done. I think that we also stand up and recognize that as well. And this doesn't necessarily represent everybody in our industry.